Hello and welcome to a quick guide to March 7 The Hunt, who will just be called March 7 from now on. I'm not saying all of that. She's an imaginary hunt character who specializes in single target follow-up attacks and gaining buff based on the master she buffed. Just like Jade, her kits revolve around her follow-up attack charges and also buffing allies to help her gain those charges. Her basic attack deals imaginary damage to one enemies and gain her one charge. Her skill buff an ally by increasing their speed and making them her master. When she has a master, her basic attack will deal 1 hit of enhanced basic attack, which will trigger an effect according to the master's path. Offensive paths like Destruction, Erudition, and Hunt let her deal extra damage with her master type. And support paths like Harmony, Nihility, Preservation, and Abundance will double her break effect efficiency. Speaking of her enhanced basic attack, it initially deals 3 hits, and after the final hits, you can gamble with a 60% chance of doing another hit, up to 3 extra hits. But these extra hit doesn't regenerate her energy, and it doesn't give her any skill point either. Bummer. Her ultimate flash back to her time, training with her masters. And with the power of training for 5 minutes in-game time, she deals big boy damage to an enemies. And her next enhanced basic attack will form 2 additional hits, and increase the chance of doing extra damage. Her talent allows her master to gain her charges per attack and ultimate. She can hold a total of 10 charges, and when she reaches 7 charges, consume those 7 charges and advance her action by 100%. And her damage is also increased by a lot. Her basic is enhanced and she cannot use her skill. For her technique, when March is on the team, every ally that uses their technique will generate 1 charge for her at the start of the battle, up to 3. And when she uses her technique, she gains 30 energy at the start too. It helps her reach her ult and trigger her follow-up attack a little bit faster. For her major traces, A2 advance her action at the start by 25%, A4 allow March to reduce the toughness of the enemies with the same type as the master type, but it will still trigger the imaginary break effect when the enemies is broken. A6 increase her master crit damage and break effect after using her enhanced basic attack. A6 and A4 is the best by far and allows her to be a better support and helps break enemies more often. Those 2 are an important part of her kit, so get them as soon as possible. For the trace priority, focus on her basic attack first, skill and talent are at the same priority, and the ultimate last, because the buff on her ult cannot be upgraded. For which Eidolon to focus on, you can get her Eidolon for free, so just wait for E6. It's the best one for her anyways. For her relic build, there's 2 main ways you can build March, a crit build and a break build. For crit build, her best in slot is 4-piece Musketeer. Now that's a set I haven't seen in a while. It's the most consistent set for her because the attack and speed is great for March, and this also boosts her basic attack. Another set she can use is the Wastelander set, but to get full use out of it, the enemies need to have debuff and also be imprisoned. Otherwise, Musketeer set is just better. And no one have extra Wastelander set anyways, let's be honest here. Apart from like Honkai main, and people who got well as their first 5 stars. I am that person. For planar ornament, Ruteran Arena is a great choice for her crit value, and March crit rate should be at 70% or more anyways, so it kinda works out. Izumo or Glamorph is also a good choice, but you'll need another hunt character in the team for Izumo and 135 speed for Glamorph. Inertial Soto is okay, but it's a bit of a downgrade from those 3. For main stat, you know the drill. 1-2 crit value, aim for 70% plus crit rate for Ruteran Arena, and 140 plus crit damage. So go for either crit rate or crit damage body. Speed boost unless you have 122 or 130 speed, because in battle it will be boosted to 134 and 145 from her E1. If you got to either breakpoint without speed boost, you can use attack boost. Imaginary orb is a bit better than attack orb and attack rope. For substat, get speed until speed breakpoint and then go for crit value. For her LightCone premium option, she can use Sealer LightCone, Doctor Ratio LightCone, and Topaz LightCone. Sealer LightCone got good crit boost and damage boost, but you will need to build more speed for her. Topaz and Ratio LightCone are great for crit and follow-up damage. For non-limited option, S5 swordplay is just as good as Topaz LightCone. For free-to-play, Cruising in the Stellar Sea isn't far behind the other premium option either, so all of them works just fine. Break builds are mostly similar. 4-piece Iron Cavalry is a very strong option with its defense signal, and 4-piece Thief is good for energy and break effect. You got 2 options for planar. Kingdom of Banditry is a staple for break character, but the more funky option is the new I'll just call it Lantern, the new Lantern set. But only if you have fire character on your team, especially Gallagher. I'll explain it a bit more in the team building. Quick interjection, I forgot to talk about the main stat and substat for break build, so everything is the same, just break rope and focus on speed substat and break effect substat. Her LightCone are basically the same as Boothill. Boothill LightCone is great with her, but if you don't have it, other two options is River Flower in Spring and 3-star Adversarial. Not really much break effect hunt LightCone right now. If you want to know why these two are good, go watch my updated guide to Boothill LightCone. For her team building, to make the lantern set work, you need a fire character in your team. Topaz, Himiko, Firefly, or use Gallagher as your main master for fire break and increase fire break effect efficiency. Her A4 allow her to break character with fire weakness if her master is also fire type. But you need to let the fire character break because March will still apply imaginary break to the enemies, so something like Firefly or Break Himiko plus Runmei plus Gallagher works well with the lantern set. If you want to go with a regular break March, Runmei, Imaginary MC, and Gallagher is a stable break team. For crit March, Topaz is a great teammate to boost her follow-up attack, and Nambi help her generate a lot of charges. Other follow-up character like Himiko and Dr. Ratio is also great too, but Topaz stick out just because how many times Nambi can attack in one turn. Her support can go many ways, Runmei and Imaginary MC for break team, and Robin for crit follow-up team. Sustain is basically the same, Gallagher for break team, and Aventurine or Fuchuan for follow-up or crit team. Hunt March is a great addition to the 4-star roster, with her similar but unique kit compared to Jade, and the fact that they gave her for free is a huge win for follow-up team. Well, that's it. See ya!